And yeah, so worked on closing tabs on a right-click event, like you right-click and you see a drop-down, or just like right-click in general. White Bat Audio? Yeah, they're really good, and it's royalty-free. You can use it in snowboard videos or whatever. Yeah, it's really good. Right? Close tabs to the right, close tabs to the left kind of stuff too. Yeah, awesome Xcoding. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah, really cool. All right, let me close down some of the OCaml stuff. Yeah, I mean, I was just throwing that out as an idea. I do use the to right thing even in Chrome. So, I don't know, I think it's useful. Yeah, I knew what you meant. Yeah, don't make something just because I said I thought it would be useful. You know, check with your actual users. No, I do. I'm just looking at these individually. When I get into like a big session, yeah, I'll totally just do, you know, right click, close tabs to the right. They don't do a close tabs to the left, which I find very interesting. But I guess, like, does that matter? You could just click the first one and do the close to the right. So probably not that useful. I am running out of space. I'm gonna have to figure that out soon. If I move this over, I can get at least a couple more. There we go. Ooh, hold on, I need to update my title over on YouTube. We're actually doing Swift today. Sorry, YouTube. Didn't mean to mislead you. I forgot that I changed it. All right, so yeah, 1 second. It's mainly, like, trying to get at people who are new. Yeah, sorry about that, Wizard. You can do it now. It's when it's, like, I really need to, like, fine-tune that in some way. I don't know if Nightbot would allow me to do that, but if it's within someone's, like, first 10 messages, maybe we delete it. No, I mean, I can read it. All mods know what you said. You can save tab groups? Oh, that's cool. Alright, so the next thing we're doing, we need to run some tests. We're doing just a single test, and we're failing everywhere. There you go, Ethan. Yeah, totally. So, one thing someone pointed out, let's just close this for now, is that we weren't doing the now.timeintervalSince thing properly. Been some years since you touched Swift? Makes sense. Yeah, I like the idea that automatic reference counting is built in by default. I haven't looked at if you can bail out of that and do your own, like, retain release stuff. Do you have to maybe mark it as unsafe or something? Because basically the automatic reference counting they're doing is something that shipped with Objective-C back in like 2011 or something like that, right? But yeah, I wasn't ever able to use it. So I had to really learn how to clear things when I'm done with them. So that was fun. All right, so I feel like I left a leaving off message for myself. I think it's over here in testing. Yeah. So leaving off, see what the actual schedule is when we pass it. Yeah, let's see what we get there. This might make it really obvious. Alright, so we print out our schedule. I like that it's really easy to just print out a struct. That's awesome. So yeah, start time and end time look good right there. They're all in the thousands places, which is good. No, this is Swift. Now hold on a sec. This is the during test. We can see that we're passing 94492 as the start and end value. Here, once it tries to run it, we get this value, which could feasibly be the 9442 minus this value. It doesn't look like it, though. It could be, though. But here, that does not look like what we're looking for. So yeah, something about our now value and how we're calculating the start and the end values is not correct. I do believe that we're passing a schedule as we would see it, so it's definitely inside of our scheduling logic, not how we're setting up our test. So start date is basically today with a 0. Start of end date, in this case, would also be today with a 0 time. And then we're just adding our start time and our end time, but we need to divide by 1,000. Because start time and end time are milliseconds, whereas time interval since 1970 is seconds. Time intervals are fundamentally seconds. Right. I wonder if this is not giving us the value we expected. Where are we calculating start of start date? Right there. Okay. And this is not now millis. That is now seconds. But that shouldn't be the issue. We're definitely passing our mocked now value in our tests, right? Yeah. Are we mocking now properly? I feel like this is going to be something somewhat simple, but I don't know what yet. Let's get rid of our leaving off. We're definitely getting into that branch of code, though. We do want contains here to be inclusive. Yeah, not seeing it. Anyone got any thoughts so far? And we're getting past this part, because we're doing day after end date there. And then we're just doing start of day. Yeah, we're totally getting past that part. Let's look at the values again and think about it. I want to do something like this. All right, 5,400 divided by 60. That would be minutes divided by 60. 15 hours. Yeah, I think it's a time zone issue. Does, like, when we do a calendar.current, I'm gonna guess that calendars are fundamentally localized, which would probably be why we're getting some of this. All right, so UTC is not on here at all. I really do think this is a UTC issue. Oh, yeah, the calendar actually has a time zone. Yotai. I mean, it depends on what he's trying to do. I really like Yotai because it makes derived state easier. Right? And with derived state or computeds, you basically have less use effects, right? Yeah, no worries. I'm actually lurking there right now. I just can't hear him. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so I believe that is actually our issue, doing the calendar thing. Swift UTC calendar. We might need to use a library. Der Suchter, it darks right? Dart's fine. React Native is fine. Pick them out and try them. That's the only way you're going to know. Don't trust some random person's opinion. Form an opinion yourself. Ooh, oh, this looks beautiful, actually. Oh, that looks really good. Ooh, last update 2016, though. Do we think it's just done? I am pressing X to doubt. That's all. No big deal. Two years ago. Maybe. I don't know, man. So technically, this part didn't get updated. Their docs are not driven by their actual code. This is. So 2 years isn't that bad. They've got some Swift 5 compatibility fixes from 5 years ago. Okay. No, they do, but the Apple ecosystem basically forces you down using the calendar thing, right? So if you want to get the start of a day, you need to use calendar.current, and calendar.current is based upon the user's machine. Right? And calendar.current is not UTC. So some of these utilities for adding things to a date aren't working because we're actually getting that shift. So instead, we need to either work only. Wait, is it calendar.current UTC? Is that it? Did I just miss that? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just not a thing. Okay. Yeah. We need UTC manipulation of this. We could go calendar dot. Oh, I thought there was a. Wait, where did I even find those before? calendar.init, calendar.identifier. ISO 8601. Hold on, where did I even... Okay, yeah. So we want to do that. This becomes calendar. And every place we do calendar.current, we just do calendar. Which means I also want to do that over in our testing. Some places won't have it yet, and we just got to go add them to those functions. Now, I'm not sure this is actually going to fix it. This is just an idea. Yeah, so we get the same failures. So it looks like that is what we're looking for. In our test, that is fine. We'd have to make this a var instead. So yeah, in our testing, we can do this. In our code, we'd have to do something different. Yeah, it is a bit boilerplatey, but it's still better than having to bring in another dependency for it, especially one that hasn't been touched in 2 years. Oh, and then, hold on, we just want to do this. So we still need to do let UTC. This part just goes down there, and then this is else throw could not create UTC. And the rest of that should be good. Because it's only one function, yeah. Alright, let's see if that does it. Executed one test with 0 failures. Okay. So that was it. Yeah, good find, X Factor. I was looking at that, but I had missed the part that matters. And really it was just, yeah, setting the time zone on the calendar that we have. So yeah, that works for me. Sweet. How many languages can I code in? I mean, I think the better question is how many languages have I coded in? Because I can code in anything. I don't care, right? I just got to learn the syntax, and then the logic is basically the same. So, how many languages have I coded in? Oh, man. I know, English, right? So, JavaScript, Rust, Ruby, Go, Elixir, Python, PHP, Kotlin, Swift, Objective-C. I think I said Kotlin. Yeah, the delay got there. I'm sure there's a few more. Oh yeah, I've done some C. Yep. Yeah, basically I've done some C when I needed to wrap libssh2 into Objective-C. Because you can use raw C code in Objective-C, but you need to, like, create a wrapper. Bash, I guess. I don't consider myself that great at Bash, but, you know, I could definitely learn and make something. Started building out one of my own, like, install.sh scripts. I mean, the thing is, though, I wouldn't be able to do it on the spot in, like, a typical, like, coding interview fashion, right? No. Nobody needs to actually memorize all these things. That's ridiculous. But instead, could I ramp up and be productive within a week? Absolutely. Like actual like productive code? Like yeah. Duh, that's just being a software engineer. Oh, ActionScript, there's another one, which is basically just ES4. Yeah, right? Would I be able to, right then and there, in an interview, use all of those languages? Probably not. If I had Google available to me, they'd see my process. And I think that would help. But yeah, other than that, I don't know, man. Languages are just languages. The only thing different is really the syntax and the ecosystem. Sure, some have some like interesting ideas, but the best thing to remember is that good ideas are portable. Good ideas are portable. Rising tide lifts all boats and all that stuff. But yeah, so that was our fix. We got there, didn't we? Let's actually try it with all of our tests. See if we have an edge case. All right, so we get 48 failures. Those are our daily tests. Yup. Now, hold on. We've got a lot of noise in these tests. Let's double check the testing stuff. Let's say -S maybe? Oh, yeah, that is way different. Filter did work, though. I don't want to see the pass output. Doesn't look like they have a good way of doing that, though. Alright, so one thing we can do at least. Let's get rid of some of these logs that are muddying up the output a bit. I'm pretty sure our daily tests are now the things failing. But let's double check that. And yeah, it lines up, right? We got the 48 tests from the two start ends working. Within the dailies, right? Those are also two 24-hour periods. So yes, we've gotten halfway there. I'm pretty sure our daily tests are now the ones failing. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, so test daily, single day. Test daily, multi-day is going to be above that. And those are failing. All right. So let's actually just do this. But instead of start end, daily. And if we fix these tests, I'm pretty sure we're good. So yes, we want to maybe do this part again. Oh, yeah, exactly, Daresukter. Like, who cares? I don't see how it's in the way. Who's reading every little character they type? No, you just look at the whole word when you're already done with it. And then, oh yeah, I got a typo. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They'll hate on you for the font you choose. They'll hate on you for all sorts of stuff. For the theme you're using. When it has no measurable impact on your coding at all. Right? They don't fix a typo the moment they type it. They fix the typo after they've typed the whole word and realize what they typed. At that point, power mode's not in the way. It just isn't. It's just different, and they feel like pushing back on it because they don't like anything different. That's the actual thing. For the most part, yeah. There you go as well, Tufels. Yeah. I look at my hands when I type, so it's not even something I see until I look up at the screen, you know? No, so I get that, and you can turn that feature off if you want. That's easy. That's no problem. You can turn off the multiplier if you want. You can probably change the size of it. I don't know, I haven't looked. I just don't care. It doesn't bother me. But again, I'm not some typing elitist. Right? The type of person that cares about that is also someone who thinks that if you're not a touch typer, then you're a bad coder. Right? They're just the worst people to talk to. If you are a touch typer, go for it. I don't care. I'm not saying all touch typers are bad, but the people making those comments are typically touch typers. That's what I'm getting at. This is the all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares argument. No, you didn't get me there at all, one play. You fundamentally misunderstood the point I was making. Touch typer are people who use only touch and they don't look at their hands while they type. They obey home row and they'll probably even try out Dvorak and a whole bunch of weird stuff, right? Prime is a typing elitist as well. It's where he and I fundamentally disagree. Yeah. For the most part, we have auto-completion. You're not typing every letter of every word anyway. Yeah, exactly, Omar, right? Yeah, Guido Van Rossum totally points out that, yeah, he's a touch typer. My mom is the best programmer I've ever met. She is also a hunt and pecker. Get your mind out of the gutter. But yeah, it does not matter. Ah, so you're like a homegrown touch typer. Which I am that way for certain commands and things, right? Because muscle memory is magic, right? But yeah, like, your ability to type quickly is actually less and less relevant for programming. Massively less relevant for programming. As time goes on, it will be increasingly less relevant. The people who think you need to be a good typist to be a programmer are dinosaurs at this point. They're relics of a bygone era. They're from the same day and age where auto-completion wasn't allowed at the company they're at. Yeah. It's one of those things. I still consider Prime a friend, he's a good dude, but I fundamentally disagree with his takes on typing. It's an autocomplete tool. Use it if you want. It's not a big deal. We've had really good autocompletion for a long time. It's why super long variable names in Objective-C have never actually been a problem, because Xcode will autocomplete those for you, because it has a really, really good index built up of the Objective-C standard library. It's not a problem. So yeah, I don't know, just one of those things. Typing elitists, they're the worst. Think quick and type safe. There you go. Yeah, rather than typing fast and then undoing all of that code anyway. Oh, Via Sanctus. Yeah, there was a viral video I saw the other day where a professional golfer, she's a lady, was, you know, just golfing, working on changing her swing, recording it so she can look at it later, and some random dude comes over and tries to give her some advice on her swing. She goes and she hits it the exact same way the second time, and he's like, see how much better that was? Right? There's people like that all over. And I'll sometimes be that person if I see someone doing something really bad snowboarding-wise. But I'm not going to tell someone who's obviously good at it what they should do. Right? If I see you doing some weird thing snowboarding, and I can recognize that you're just not that good at it, then sure. I might give you a tip or two. If you're having trouble doing a front board and bringing it back, yeah, what you need to do is imagine that you're pulling a rope. So when you get into that front board, you put your arms across you, right? As you're getting into it, so that motion, boom, right? Your body actually does these two things at the same time, which gives you that torque to then pull back. And then you can totally do front board to regular. Easy, no problem. I will happily give people that advice if I see that they're having trouble doing a front board to regular. No problem. If you want to do a front blunt to 7 out, you do the same thing, but when you get into that blunt, you get your arms way under you this way. And then when you want to spin that out, you basically imagine you're pulling a rope, and your entire body compensates. Even as I'm doing it here, my chair is like rotating the direction it would need to. So yeah. I think it's when people don't have ability and they try to coach others. That's a big problem. But it's Dunning-Kruger at that point. They don't even know they don't have the ability. And yeah, going to a pub on the weekends. Millions of professional football managers. Yeah, for sure. They just missed their calling. There is something funny to that, though. Technically, people who play Madden a lot are actually way better at clock management than some professional football players, because they actually go through that like clock management scenario thousands of times more than a professional football coach will. So there is something to that. Maybe not like NFL, but at least like college football, right? Things like that. Some things require doing them so many times that you learn the ins and outs of the timing, etc. And you just don't get that when you're playing an actual full-length football game once a week, instead of someone who plays Madden 100 games a day or something, you know? So there is something to that. I will throw out there that, yes, you don't need to be a pro to get better at a very specific part of the thing, but dude, yeah. To think that any average, like, professional Madden player could be a professional coach in the NFL is ridiculous. Like, definitely not. But there are certain aspects that you might get better at. And in this case, I'm talking about American football, not football. Coaches need to play Madden. I think that's actually a really good idea, for sure. honestly, yeah, having like just a specialist on the team for clock management is something teams should probably do. And yeah, what's up, Standard? How you doing? Yeah, I actually totally believe that. In the same way that like sabermetrics is a thing, right? Just looking at the raw numbers rather than gut feelings, etc. Yeah, right? Applying analytics to sports is a thing, right? And you're gonna hire someone like Nick Wan or whatever. So yeah, totally agree. All right, so our daily testing is failing at every hour of the day, which means we've got just something fundamentally wrong in there. When we look at these number values, we see 9421, 933, 933. Oh. Yeah, we're not dividing a value the way we should. Yep. So we're doing milliseconds in one place and seconds in another. And I bet that fixes it. Right there. Did typing speed matter? Nope. And tests pass. Boom! All right. So we've got all of our scheduling tests written out. We're good to go there. I mean, yeah, we still got to write the client, though, and the client's basically empty, right? Because all of this logic is super out of date. So yeah, this is the tough part now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Writing the client. The part we're doing right now. All right, so flags here, and time since 1900. We're doing time since 1970, but no, we absolutely need the time since 1970. That gives us the integer of seconds as like an epoch, which is pretty much what our other code is formatted as well. We're doing milliseconds in our JSON structure, but you know, in our code here, we can just convert to seconds and we're good to go. But yeah, so this type we got right there is actually off. Let me go look at the Rust code. Or the Kotlin, I guess, makes more sense. So let's go to, not the client test, but the client. All right, these are the things that we pass to constructing it. So base URL, environment, instance ID. Yep. Then we end up getting a bunch of private stuff as well that are not part of the constructor, but they are part of what we're doing. So let's do that part. So, yep. The fact that the Kotlin and the Swift look so similar is just crazy to me. That makes sense, Daresifter. That's why we're using the calendar that they give us, though, to do some of these things. And technically, all we're looking at really is the timestamp values. So we're not really caring about the day of the year at all. We care about days like plus and minus, and we do care about like, you know, the timestamps, etc. But the user kind of picks those. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I can't believe how similar this code is right here. I could have just basically copied and pasted it. That is funny. This ends up being dictionary. I think we can just do that. Which means we just replace the word mutable map with dictionary and then we're done. So yeah, cool. Daresifter, we're working on Vexilla. So typically I will have the main project as a command in my title. I would recommend looking for those in the future. And then we also have a today command that I pretty much always update. So yeah. All right, we had some failing tests for the scheduler. You just saw me fix those. Now we're moving on to writing client to figure out JSON, and then we'll have to figure out JSON deserialization. Alright, so we end up doing an init right here. That does our environment, our base URL, and instance ID. And then we need to start thinking about the functions we're going to write for these things. And really, the old... We do still want a little bit of the old code. Yeah, at certain times of the year. So what should the lamp do when it says turn on at sunrise? Ooh, yeah, that's tricky. Or technically, turn off at sunrise, probably, right? Yeah, so a lot of this code is not what we're looking for. Let's go grab the Kotlin. We'll do get manifest. Yeah, X Factor, that's literally a thing. In Alaska, you have something similar where you're going to go an entire month without sunshine. There was a movie based on that. Anyone remember the name of that movie? 40 Days of Night or something like that? It was a good one. It's a vampire film. 30 Days of Night. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, this movie's good. I'm usually not a big Josh Hartnett fan, but he nails it. It's based off a comic book or a graphic novel or something, though. Oh, cool, cool. All right, so I got one of my references lined up. Let me just double check and look over here. See if the other people get back to me too. And yeah, let's go grab this function. So what we need to do is think about, in Swift, how do we denote something that suspends? Or we'll do like an async request. I'm not familiar with that, so let's go look it up. Ooh, and concurrency is Swift 5+. I think we're going to just stick with Swift 5+. I'm okay with that. Yeah, that makes sense, Toofles. I get it. Oh, you just add async to the end, just like you would do throws. Okay. Funk? I'm gonna need to look up the syntax for lambdas as well. So, one sec. Async, manifest. Am I not on Mac OS 10.15? Let me just do that real quick. Yeah, I'm on 12. All right. But we still need to wrap it in the available. Okay. Sure. I think it works. All right, so how to do lambdas. closures is probably what I'm looking for then. Okay, so looking at names.sorted, I could probably just find something like that. Nope. Okay. Oh, and if this function throws, this will rethrow. Okay, so self.element is not what we need. This is just like what we end up passing to it. And it's not a bool, it would be a string. String. And this is URL string. Oh, maybe it's just unnamed and they just call it string. Okay. So yeah, now this is no good because it's empty, right? It needs to return a manifest. So the basic gist is let URL, that's going to be equal to, and then we do this, slash parens. I guess it's self, yeah. Self dot base URL. Let response be equal to
support.
Oh, it still didn't understand Tuful's name. I'm sorry about that, BitSpectre. I need a way to, like, replay. Yeah, alright. Hold up. Let's go add some stuff to the list of things we gotta fix. Let's just head here. Yeah, we need to make a note of that. That's a good point. All right, so we got a couple issues. Update. Update app to include fallback instructions in prompts. Yeah, it didn't understand your name, but it should have tried to guess, or at least make one up for you. I don't know what the deal was there. So yeah, this is one thing. Since creating the app, we have seen some names not get interpreted. We have also seen the bot refuse to say potentially offensive names. There is a set of sentences that we have tried that seem to help. There is still fine-tuning to be done. Yeah, the vor one. Yep, that was one. There's still fine-tuning to be done. But we should update the example prompts with what we have so far. Another new issue. Create FAQs. It would be useful to shout out some FAQs in the app, such as issues with offensive names, etc. So then another issue is add a field and button to do a manual shoutout. If a name does not get said, it might be useful to pass a differently spelled name manually, or to replay a name that did not get parsed properly. And then we got one more issue that I've had in my mind. Occasional mixing of names when batches of gift subs happen. It is not consistent, but sometimes the bot does not reset the context of names passed to it. One option would be to hold on, I don't need a dot there, would be to stop the whole call between names. Alright, bam. So, I think we've got all of the main issues set up for that. Whenever we decide to take a day to update it and improve it, we'll totally do that. Ooh, let's see if it does Purple Elf's name.
Support. Purple could be a superhero who uses their powerful purple aura to protect and defend. Their origin story begins when they discover their ability to manipulate a mysterious purple energy that flows through them. They quickly learn to harness this energy, using it to create force fields, shoot energy blasts, and even fly. Their name, LF, is a mystery, but some speculate it stands for Luminous Force, referring to their powerful purple aura. Purple uses their powers to fight for justice and bring hope to those in need.
That was pretty good, right? Yeah, that's AI. That's how good chatbots have gotten. That's how good chatbots have gotten. And yeah, if you end up wanting to do something similar, you would end up just signing up for Vappy, plugging in your own API key to do it. It's all front-end, client-side, it's open source. You can make sure I'm not like phoning home with any of that stuff. And yeah, you could actually do something similar on your stream with a totally different prompt if you want. You can make it so people are thought of as like a super villain or some other random thing I haven't even thought about. So yeah, have at it, feel free. The main thing that the bot I have does is pass the prompt to Vappy. It, allows you to set the triggers about how many bits or how many, subscription thing, or like how many people coming in on a raid, things like that. It costs about 11 cents-ish for like one 30-second prompt like that. So for raids, I don't mind paying that forward. For bits and subscriptions, you're making profit, right? So to encourage those things, it might be worth it. Random character in the office. Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, how are you, Purple Elf? What were you up to today? I didn't actually read the prompt yet. 1 second. Oh, yeah, I typed that shout out wrong. There we go. My bad. I probably typed that one wrong too, so we'll do that just in case. Okay, no, we did that one right. So yeah, Gumroad stuff. Nice, awesome. So just wrapping up things as you're going to go on a much needed break. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. I've been on a very long break since a layoff in November. But I believe we're there. We're in the final stages. Yeah, maybe dissed out. Could work. I could always just turn that part off, too. Yeah, doing great, Chaotic. How about you? But yeah, I might have a dev advocate role within like a week or two, right? Just some things still need to happen, but yes, I got the unofficial offer. The official offer will come through as like digital paper, So yeah, really excited. Dev advocacy. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I don't want to dox the company yet, but yeah, y'all will know pretty much immediately when it's official. So yeah, any fun plans for the break without doxing too much? Going skiing or something? Just doing pretty much nothing and just lazing about the house? That is also fine. I think that's one of the best vacations ever, actually. Spa trip and such. Oh, cool. Yeah, that sounds fun. No, I've already cleared it with them that I want to keep up the time frame of streaming, etc. We may have calls that we have to jump on during stream every once in a while, but I already cleared it with the CEO at least that I'd like to continue streaming the 5 days a week I do. And part of the call that I had today was really aligning on what that means, etc. He was thinking I was only going to be doing this stuff during stream time, when instead I was planning on doing most of my job outside of stream time. And I think that really helped hammer it home for him. So yeah, stoked. It does mean maybe less gaming over on gaming stream, because I'm gonna have to do a lot of video editing and stuff, which I'm totally fine with. I prefer this stream to gaming stream. That right there is annoying. It's async throws, but it's try await. That should have been kept consistent. That's a little annoying, right? Meh. Is what it is. Is what it is. All right, so the next part. This is not what that would look like. Let's double check and see what we're doing in our other example. Ooh, that's one thing. We might have to turn URL into an actual URL. I think that's more on the consumers. Okay, so then this is that part. That's where we're turning this into a dictionary. Let's go look at some Swift JSON serialization stuff. Yeah, I don't think that's it. So, Swift JSON into struct. So codable is a big part of it. Okay. Oh, I would need to do a decodable, huh? Okay. So I need that type on all those structs. Sure. Okay. Huh. What's up, Skydriver? What you up to? I'm doing well. Yeah, we got through our scheduling issue. Now we're working on the JSON deserialization part of the client. And once we figure out that pattern, we're pretty much set, and we just need to go hack out some of the other stuff. Now, we may run into issues with polymorphic data types, because I'm not sure how that happens. We may just have to do that in our own custom deserializer function, which is not the end of the world. We're doing that in the Kotlin, I think. I forget where, though. Maybe not? I don't know. I'd have to look at it some more. Your idle game? Nice. Do you have like a favorite idle game? Yeah, I'm gonna do that for now. This is, I think, my favorite idle game. Universal Paperclips. So you can make paperclips. They get sold. Right, you got wire. Might need to buy more wire at some point. Unsold inventory, so we gotta lower our price. Hey, there we go. At 20 cents, we're good. Go a little lower. Ooh, buddy. So at 18 cents, we can corner the market. All right, so auto clipping. Okay, makes sense. But yeah, this is just a fun game. As we get more auto clippers, we're gonna make more money. And it gets really deep. Like, if you think this is the gist of it, no, this actually goes like interstellar at one point. Like, you actually, like when they say universal paperclips, they mean universal. Yeah, so demand, like all sorts of stuff. I'd really say check out this game. It's worth checking out. Right? Just to understand how it's made and all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's super fun. So yeah, I gave you the link, right? Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no worries. All right, so here's the big thing, right? We got struct root decodable and struct table decodable. So we should be decodable, right? But schedule time type might not be decodable. And I guess this is maybe what we'd end up having to do. So, real quick, if we just comment that, that makes that fine. So it's really the enum that we have an issue with. So Swift enum decodable. Oh, I see. So I just needed a comma. And then this one is fine. Cool. So for pretty much all these, we end up needing the decodable. Oh. Okay, that works for me. Ooh, and I wonder if features are automatically decodable because the base is decodable? I don't think so. I think we still need decodable here, right? Okay, so what I want to do then is basically just find all of those. And then this is where we would end up needing that like coding keys thing that we saw in the other one, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. So hold on, let's double check. It's really just these two, but hold on. So I think these are being complained about here somewhere, maybe? But let's just double check that. Do I need a comma between these? I probably do. Oh, maybe not. So hold on. Case features. Decodable, Swift, multiple coding keys. I really don't like that. Oh, I just need to kick them to different lines? Oh, alright. Well, that's easy enough. Oh, and it's equals, not colon. That was the entire thing there. So I might not have needed them on separate lines even. Ooh, it does still say we need that, but I think it's mainly because we need this. Maybe not. No, so the coding keys thing still does not like that. Oh, and they auto-formatted the string away because it's the same string. Interesting. Okay, that's a little different. I don't want to have to do an init function. Well, maybe I needed to make these private. Nope. Yeah, any Swift users out there know what I'm missing? I really don't feel like I should need the init function. Alright, well, let's keep looking. Maybe I need codable instead of decodable? Nope. Alright. Oh. No, is that not it? I don't like it. Nope. Get out of here. That was not it. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing how that's the answer. What's up, Bexy? How you doing? Oh, I see. Hold on. Nope, that's not gonna be it. Yeah, let's try and make this one work a bit more. String feature. This is not it. I actually want to do dictionary. Oh, okay, so dictionary string feature is actually the same thing as brackets and string feature. That's just a coding shorthand. Okay. Do we see how ChatGPT does this one? Let's just try it. Yeah. See, I really wanted to avoid the init function. What up, August? How you doing? Decodable is for, like, JSON deserialization. Typical ChatGPT. Oh, you're right, totally. I messed that one up. Here's the exact same thing I showed you just a second ago. This is what's gonna take my job? Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, very hookable. Exactly, Skydriver, yep. It's a good game. So yeah, Swift's synthesis of this does not get us all the way across. That is a little annoying. Alright, it's not enough to have feature be decodable. I find that very strange. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of an idle game, where once you get to certain levels, you're gonna just have to let it sit for a bit. But yeah, I get you, right? Why am I trying to avoid having an initializer? Because I feel like it should be inferable. As an example, right, Swift and Kotlin give us so much more power. With the Go code, I had to do something really gross. And I'm hoping I don't have to do this gross thing in the Swift, but I should at least show it. So when we get to the Go code, Oh, hold on. I bet it's in intern. No? I know we have like a custom deserializer function somewhere. I gotta actually find it now. Oh, JSON.go is where it is. Right, so this whole like unmarshal JSON function is for the environment, right? That's the only one we actually needed a custom deserializer for. There you go. But it means that we had to do a whole bunch of just magic because Go doesn't support polymorphic data types. They don't support inheritance. It's just, there's things that they don't support that makes it to where we have to do this kind of like case or switch statement based deserialization ourselves, which is just not great. However, that might be all we can do. Whereas instead, with a language like Rust that does support polymorphic data types and, you know, all sorts of really cool stuff via SIRD, it makes our job easier without having to write all this logic. I believe in our Kotlin code, we didn't have to do any of that craziness either, because the Kotlin supported it. So the fact that Kotlin makes all this fully serializable and deserializable is kind of magic, right? But let me just double check some of this. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I forgot about some other thing. No, never mind. We had to do the same thing for our Kotlin code. So basically, if we end up having to do something with Kotlin, we're probably going to have to do it for our Swift as well, because they actually mimic each other quite a bit. So yeah, that's it. We're just going to have to do this. And what's up, Buttermilk? How you doing? I think we saw you over in Juicebox Heroes stream, like, later in the night, right? When I was, like, raiding and hanging out? Now you want some French toast? There you go. Yeah, no worries. Nothing wrong with that. Bouncing around like a beach ball at a Nickelback concert. That's from the movie Hot Rod. I think it might be my favorite line in the whole film. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like, Twitch streams make really great background noise. Whoa! Thomas Middleditch is doing some game dev? Oh, that's legit. Oh, that's super cool. He's doing some Unity stuff. Huh. That's crazy to me. Yeah, I'll throw a follow on that. Good job, Glasses, for the raid into there, just letting me know it even is a thing. That's super cool. Fancy. All right, so let's pour a beverage. Oh. I overfilled it on water. Yeah. All right, so yeah, we're gonna end up having to write our own custom deserializer. I really like languages that make it so easy. But it's not the end of the world. Yeah, it's just lemonade. You just watched me pour it. Like, yeah, dude. Alrighty. Oh, no, so when you say mix, I've just got this. This is just lemonade powder. So I guess here's the big thing. The actual decoding happens on the struct in the init rather than with a custom function. But really, maybe what we end up doing is instead of making environment and group decodable, those are the things that we just create a custom deserializer for. Let me see if my editor will allow this. So let's create a function, func foo. In this, we're gonna have let's do let feature, or let's call it gradual feature. Alright, so we do want to do it like this. Maybe I don't want decodable? If I'm going to end up doing all this myself? Yeah, and we can just keep doing this. What's up, baddie? What you up to? We'll just say 0.0. I don't know, man. You're already seeming a bit trolly. I don't know, man. So I want to just test this and see how we can make this work. We're going to call this none. No trailing commas. I find that interesting. All right, and then here, this is going to be toggle feature. Long enough. That number doesn't matter. All right, so gradual feature and toggle feature. Then I want to do something like this. Let features equal do I have to do that? What's the right way to define a dictionary? Oh, we end up doing the bracket syntax. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Okay, so then this is that string and feature. No? Oh, hold on. Let me do this too. Ooh, and I want that to be foo. Okay, so no matter what, we'd end up having to do some casting if we try and deserialize all features into a features bucket. Which means we're basically in the same boat as how we had to do the Go version. So if we go look at the grossness of the Go version, see val features right there. Ooh, I thought we were doing... Hold on, I might have messed this up. So we've got raw features right there. Then we give, it's environment that gets that stuff. So let's go find environment. Do we define that here? And we do. Yeah, so we end up needing our own custom buckets. Right? And then we use logic to look up within these buckets. At least in the Kotlin, we were able to do something a little different. Let me double check that though. So yeah, here in the Kotlin code, we are doing a switch statement based upon the type name. Right, so that would be feature type.toggle.type name being that, so being this value here. We turn it into a toggle feature. Where is that return value bubbling up to? That's just straight to deserialized feature. And when we look at it, deserialized feature is then used within deserialized group. But we can still do it within the top level features and get access to it, right? We don't need to cast. Let me double check that we're not casting. So here in our first should function, we do a toggle feature, gradual feature, selective feature. Should inherently works on selective strings, I guess? Right, because should string is the default. So then should, I guess it should custom int. So we've got our error a bit wrong here. And then, yeah, within these, custom int then becomes the custom long function. Yeah, so we're actually going to have to do a lot of that. It does make our Swift code more verbose, but I think we just kind of have to do it. Yeah, and really, this, like, when... So we're allowed to store any subclass we want, but we would still need to, like, match on that subclass. So I guess... How do we check if it is a subclass? So Swift check if class is specific. So checking the type, right, is. Oh, we want to do that. So feature has no member seed. Yeah, so we don't get the same amount of flexibility with our subclasses as the Swift does, which means that we basically have to mimic the Go code. I think it does mean, though, that because we can attach the init directly to our structs, that we can just do that over in our types file here, rather than needing like a custom whole function for it. So that makes it a bit easier. I'm glad we did this quick little function here, though. It does help us realize a little bit about what can be done and what can't be done. As much of a bummer as it is, but, you know. not the end of the world. So I'm just going to comment this out so I can remind myself. So yeah, there we go. That's the main gist of it. It's annoying, but whatever. The manifest, we can actually do this, so we can make this function pass at the very least. Oh, but it would have to be in data type data. That seems weirder. What's up, Syntax Scholar? How you doing? Oh, we would just wrap it in data.utf8. Okay. Oh, sinus infection? Oh, that's the worst. Oh, and it's not data, it's data. Alright, so there's our get manifest function. I'm into that. Why is the await here? Oh, because fetch also needs to be async. There we go. Alright, so we at least got the pattern for the Lambda function, for async stuff, for basic deserialization. Okay, that works for me. And then, yeah, over here in types, we actually just have to start writing our init functions. So at this point, we want to do raw features. We still want to be decodable. But then this is going to be, oh man, like that giant block of Go code for the buckets. And this is where that enum for coding keys actually comes in. All right, so we still have an error because they want the init. Technically, these are gonna go down there. And yeah. We just gotta create these buckets. Oop, if I could type. Gradual. Yep, we gotta create buckets for all of these too. Because, yep, selected features type value, or value type, is not present on the baseline features. So yep, we need all of these. Luckily, we can do some magic for the string int float part. But yeah, let's do that. So let's I keep doing commas there. That becomes string. That becomes int. And that becomes float. Same thing here, string, int, and float. Okay, so the next bit is we actually have to write this init function. We're going to let this yell at us just a little bit. Let me look at how we're doing groups over here. All right, we see manifest group, which is fundamentally different from a group. We see group right here. And this one is just a feature. Yeah, so that one's actually easier. We'd probably still end up needing a custom init function. But we don't care about the types of the features in this lookup. Because this is just the baseline for setting up a bunch of our lookup tables. So that part's fine, I think. All right, so. Oy. Oh, that was a good shoulder pop. Yeah, we just got to start building out these functions now. And structs can have default values, right? Ooh, they don't like that, though. Oh. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I like that, at least. Right, because they're going to get excluded from the deserialization. We can at least make sure that they're already serialized. I like that. Over in the client, I could most likely replace those. Ah. Yeah, so if manifest is optional and not part of this, we would either need to provide an initial value or make it optional. I get that. Alright, so we don't have any other flaws in this. I like that shorter syntax right there, though. That is kind of cool. I like that. Okay, so next steps. We still need to write this init function. It is 5 o'clock, so we got plenty of time. I believe we are still gaming tonight. We see Acorn streaming, so yeah, if Acorn was going to be like heads down working on something and not be able to game, I assume they'd probably be doing that right now anyway. So yeah, should be fine. Which means it's Pal World tonight, I think. Unless Acorn wants to play Lethal Company instead. Okay, so this init function that we're looking for, it would be init from and that kind of jazz. We see the example for some of that. Oh, it was over in our chat GPT code that we closed, wasn't it? Yeah, let's close a few of these things. All right, so... Man, it's getting chilly. I like it. My feet are actually a little cold. So if we go look at the JSON function here, this takes in an environment we deserialize everything into a base environment. Or are we turning it back into a regular environment? Oh, we get base environment right here. Got it. Regular environment, we then set the values on it. Got it. We might not be able to do any of this yet. Ooh, hold on. Wait, and we're doing let. No, that should be fine. Okay. All right. So We actually had it in one of those Stack Overflow posts, but let's just do this. Let's re-Google for it. So Swift deserialize struct init. Something like that. Oh, Swifty JSON might be recommended? Oh. Maybe it's not as tricky as we're expecting. Maybe it gets even easier. Yeah, let's read this one out real quick. Let's see why this library is recommended. I really don't like the idea of it not being touched in 2 years. It's pretty much never okay to assume that data is done. Hey, Jerome, thank you for the follow. Welcome. How you doing? Yeah, I think anyone who writes code knows that's not possible. Right? Doesn't exist. Now, it probably does, but it's such an edge case. I would expect something like this to not ever be truly done. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. The greatest lie ever told. And hey, what's up, Ryan? Yeah, I'm still thinking about the Docker thing. I think for devs, for people trying to contribute, it's a really good idea. For the things that aren't in Bazel yet, I think it's a pretty good idea. But yeah, I definitely think the end goal would be to use Bazel instead. Just some of the things that get cached are a little more robust than the way Docker would cache layers, etc. Right? Rather than having to rebuild everything when an update happens, Bazel is really good about only rebuilding stuff that has changed. So that's the main reason there. So, yeah. I really do appreciate the PR. I think technically in its current state, there's a lot that I would like to change, but I'd rather keep thinking about it and we can move forward with a different play. So, hope that's okay. Yeah, Bazel would be responsible for even fetching and downloading all the deps. If you go look at how our build process is working in the GitHub Actions file, right? We just have one Bazel command, and then it goes and handles downloading dependencies for Rust and Go and whatever else is in the Bazel so far. So yeah, it does all that stuff in a more cacheable way, which is pretty cool. It also does things in parallel in a really nice way too. It's just, yeah, it's pretty nice, right? Inherently with a Docker process, I think a lot of that stuff ends up being done synchronously instead. But I could be wrong. But yeah, Bazel was created by Google. It's based off a Google thing called Blaze, right? But they deal with large mono repos with many different languages in them, technically all of Google's code base is one single monorepo. And they're using Blaze to manage that. So yeah. I think even for just the sake of like me knowing more about it, I'd rather stay with Bazel. So, again, appreciate it. If you end up figuring out how to bring some of those things over into Bazel, that'd be even cooler. But yeah, no rush, no stress. I will say though, Bazel powers the Borg. Exactly. Yeah. Borg is technically their Kubernetes thing, so it is related, right? But Borg is technically inside Bazel. Bazel is bigger than the Borg. Resistance is Bazel instead of feudal. But I would say, as far as like your career growth, if you're really focused on, like large enterprise style, orchestration, etc., right, and monorepo management and things like that. If you ever want to get a job at Google doing that stuff, having pre-existing Bazel knowledge would probably be really useful. So I think that's also, hey, it might be worth learning anyway, just for you, for smaller things, and just checking it out so that you're familiar and you can throw it on your resume. That said, I think you're still totally right that what we currently have with all these disparate Docker files makes things worse, for sure, right? Being able to spin up at least, the ones that aren't in Bazel yet with one easy, simple, like Docker compose command with just a couple argument changes would be really good for documentation. So I still agree that there is something better to be done there. I just want to think about like the path with which we take it. Yeah, no worries. I don't even know that much about it. I can't write my own Bazel rules yet. But the magic of Bazel is that almost every Bazel rule is built upon like the smaller bits, right? So Bazel rules are comprised of other Bazel rules, and Bazel provides like the primitives to build basically any rule you need. I just don't know enough about how to do that yet. You can even do Docker containers, etc., right? Which we'd have to do because you can't install PHP 7.4 on a Mac anymore. Brew doesn't allow you. Things like that.
Thanks for the support.
Zachary.
Vexilla would be a superhero with the power of superintelligence and technopathy. They can communicate and control technology with their mind, allowing them to hack into any digital system, control machines, and create advanced technology. Their origin story began when they were struck by lightning while working on a computer, granting them their powers. They use their powers to protect the world from technological threats and keep information secure. Despite their unusual name, Vexilla is a true hero, always using their intelligence and abilities for the greater good.
Yeah. What is it with lightning, man? What is it about lightning? Lightning creates way too many superheroes. Damn right. But yeah, how you doing, Zachary? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Zachary, you literally just described what an alternator or a generator do. And that's literally what they do. It's not friction, but yeah, it is magnetism. There is a loss in that magnetism, though. And that's why it's not a perpetual energy machine. Basically, anytime heat is generated, you are losing energy. The more heat generated, the more energy loss. I understand that. What's the other one? There's like the Browning engine or something like that? I don't know. There's been a bunch of thought into it, and people have converted, their like internal combustion engines to something that uses some of that stuff. It's still not a perpetual energy machine, though. That breaks the laws of physics. Like brown gas, or I don't know. I forget the name of it, right? It was real popular in the early stages of the internet because there wasn't enough information to disprove it. All right, we're talking pre-Wikipedia kind of stuff, you know? I mean, yeah, for sure, man. Do you want to undo reality? How dare you? Yeah, I'm not sure we need this library. It seems like the biggest thing it's doing is freeing us up from having to do these like as question mark things or like conversion things, right? Like this is getting pretty gross and verbose. This is kind of cool, though. It is fairly backwards compatible, which is nice. I'd just really like to avoid a dependency if we can, right? If it doesn't give us enough value. I've never even heard of Carthage. Oh, Swift has its own package manager too? I did not know that. All right, how do we end up publishing? Right, creating a library package. I wouldn't say it's not cool. I'm just saying, like, you know, if we're going to release a library for people doing this, I'm not sure CocoaPods is the main thing they would be using to consume Swift stuff. They might use Swift PM. Now, also, CocoaPods does some pretty gross things with GitHub. Oh, hold on. Hold on, maybe I'm in the wrong place. Oh, here it is. You ready? Get ready. So all of the specs for CocoaPods are stored in GitHub in a hexadecimally hashed folder structure. They're basically abusing GitHub at this point. Every single spec. Every single library or thing packaged, even all of their versions. It's not that strange. Brew does the same thing. But I think it is definitely not cool, if that makes sense. Hold on, so no, it's not that one. It's definitely homebrew. Maybe it is homebrew cask? Yep, they do the same thing. Oh, but instead of hexadecimal, they just do every ASCII character. Or not every ASCII character, but every, like, non-symbol ASCII character. So they're not even stopping at F, they go all the way up to like A through Z. Oh, no, they're even worse. They're not even hashing. They're just throwing it into whatever the first letter of the library is. This is why we can't have nice things. Because you got people massively abusing GitHub's good graces. Right, so if you ever remember that tweet or the articles about it from back in the day, there was the guy that made Homebrew who made a tweet like, yeah, I got denied for a job at Google because I couldn't invert a binary tree, even though my library is consumed by every developer at Google. Yeah, man, maybe they actually looked at how your code works. You ever think of that one? You ever think of that one? This is like the most naive way to group these things. At least CocoaPods is doing some hashing to prevent the folders from getting too big. So yeah, if you didn't know, GitHub is absolutely integral to the entire dev ecosystem at this point. If GitHub goes down, what do we even do at that point? Yeah, so the hash is useful to keep folders from growing too large, right? That makes sense. It kind of keeps them like evenly distributed as well, ish, right? Whereas here, you're going to actually see differences in the size of these things. If we go to, let's say, 5, we got one thing in there. Right? So, like, yeah, at least CocoaPods is doing something somewhat better. Yeah, it just blows my mind a bit. I mean, there is a better way, though. Right? The size of these folders reduce, like, lookup times. Have you never run into like issues even with like Linux systems, etc., where like when there's just too many things in a folder, stuff gets weird? How much extra work is Homebrew creating on GitHub servers because they're just not doing it the right way? But yeah, I just think at the end of the day, it's still just abusing a public trust. It's things like this, which is why GitHub had to be sold to Microsoft, because they couldn't maintain operating costs at that point. Because some people are treating it like their own personal server, their own personal file server. If you wonder or complain about Microsoft owning GitHub, it's CocoaPods and Homebrew's fault, and possibly a whole bunch of other things. Just imagine the amount of strain that they've applied to those servers. All right, so real quick, what is Carthage? So Carthage only officially supports dynamic frameworks. There is no centralized package list and no project specification format. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to end up publishing to Carthage, but I probably do want to publish to SwiftPM and Cocoa. Differences between Carthage and CocoaPods. Here we go. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, eventually we might try and make it happen for Carthage, but there's no, like, discoverability aspect of it. So I don't know. I just don't think there's that much value. So yeah, we're going to ignore Carthage for now. But yeah. As far as Swift PM is concerned, how do we end up publishing to Swift PM? Okay, so as of January 2023, Swift PM does not yet provide any tooling for publishing packages. So package authors must manually prepare the contents and interact with the registry on their own to publish a release. All right, so it would be sign the archive, gather release metadata, authenticate, send the archive, and then check the registry server response to determine if publication succeeded or failed or is pending. Swift PM could streamline this entire workflow into a single publish command. So I think for the most part, we care about just simply publishing to a registry, and that registry would be CocoaPods, theoretically. If you wanted to maintain your own internal registry, which I assume Apple actually does, that would be a different thing. Okay. So there is a registry service specification, which maintains these endpoints. These two have existed forever. This is a thing they are proposing with what we see here. Man, this person really put a lot of effort into this proposal. This is awesome. Wow. And it looks like there's not a single response to it? Really, Swift? Does Swift move that slowly? It is kind of ironic, and that's maybe why we've seen so many libraries that are like 2 years old. How's there not been a single response from a maintainer? So I think that's a big problem with it. With like the Swift ecosystem in general. Ooh, and let me reach out to the gaming crew for tonight. Cool. So, another one of my my references for the job I'm hoping to get here soon replied back. I'm just waiting on the one more. I think this is crazy. Someone from a company I applied to like over a week ago checked my LinkedIn last week, and they're checking it again now. They are missing out. I don't think they realize these things move quick. But if they do reach out, I'll have to give them the bad news that I'm taking a different position, but I could probably do some sponsored content. So I'd be down with that. I'm also talking with another company for some sponsored stream content too. And not just stream, but like, you know, making a video for their channel kind of stuff. I would want to, you know, currently I haven't signed with the one company, so I don't need to clear it with them yet. But it's not anything that overlaps with what they're doing, so I don't think that would matter. But yeah, in the future, I'll have to like run potential sponsored stream and sponsored video content partners by the company I'm working for. The fact that they were really responsive and okay with it seems awesome. But yeah, so I don't know if Swift PM is even worth dealing with right now. I don't even know how to publish a package to Swift PM. So yeah, CocoaPods is what we're doing. Technically, it seems to me like Swift PM would just consume CocoaPods in general anyway. Anyone out there actually use Swift? Am I wrong in that? Seems to me like CocoaPods is just a service that Swift PM would consume, which makes that really easy. I just publish to one and then it's available everywhere. So yeah, cool. Good enough. Glad we read up on that. You guess Swift PM is for cross-platform? How so? Yeah, I'm curious. I guess CocoaPods is a Mac-only thing? I'm almost positive you can do CocoaPods on Linux, because like server-side Swift is a thing that you can do on Linux as well. But I don't know. Damn, this is from back in 2015. Go to the bottom and see if there's a resolution. Yeah, it looks to me like, yep, sudo gem install CocoaPods. So they're doing it through Ruby, which makes sense. I think that's okay. So yeah, as long as you have an acceptable version of Ruby, I think you're good. Yeah, so as long as you have Ruby, you're probably fine. So even in 2016, this person's chiming in like, hey man, it's already resolved, just do it. So that works. Cool. Oh yeah, that definitely happens. For sure. Oh, we saw Orta over in the GitHub issue, too. Cool. Nice. Triage Master General. I like some of the titles they give people. That's pretty good, actually. Breaking software. Nice, nice. This is good. I like this. Yeah, I want to get one of these sections over in the docs for Vexilla, for sure. All right, shout out me, DM Mulroy, Ryan Winchester, anyone else who's helped. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, so am I basically procrastinating doing this this init function? Yup. Now technically init gets past a decoder, so I need to look up what that signature would be. But I don't want to dig too much deeper. Yeah, I have not begun procrastinating it. One of these days. And yeah, how you doing, Lemsel? Mr. Sir. Yeah, I might be at the point where this is where we are leaving off. Oh yeah, we got a lot of good stuff done. Yeah, we got our tests passing for the scheduler. We started writing out the client. We didn't write the rest of our actual functions for the client. We could just continue hammering out some of those. But I'm getting pretty hungry, actually. Yeah, I'm getting pretty hungry. So let's figure out where we go raid. Thomas Middleditch is doing some game stuff. It's pretty rare that we get to raid Time Enjoyed from this stream, though. So let's go do that. I like that idea. She's doing game dev too, but whatever. You're gonna go to bed 2:51 a.m.? Yeah, no worries. For everyone else, I'll be over on Gaming Channel. I'm not sure if we're playing Lethal Company or Pal World, but me, Algo Bro, Robotic Head, and hopefully Acorn will be doing our thing. So yeah, we'll figure out what game we play, in a little bit. Thank you for the follow, Skydriver. Appreciate that. And yeah, we got a lot done today. Yep. Definitely want to make sure I get some food in me. How you doing, Krasner, Mr. Sir? Yeah, I was just gonna ask, do you use Swift PM or CocoaPods? I'm curious about that one. I was thinking, right, like Swift PM actually consumes CocoaPods as a package registry, right? So maybe that's just totally fine. As long as I'm published to CocoaPods, we're good to go. But yeah, we're about to go right on over into Time Enjoyed stream. I apologize. Everyone on YouTube, thank you for hanging out. See you soon.